Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another rendition of the Your Little Castle Show. We get very lucky periodically. I've got some connections. I know people in high places.
Sure.
Because us guys, they say the way to a man's heart is through his tummy, right?
They do. They do say that. Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the ways, for sure.
If you can get, if you can find a good place for good food, good sweets, we've got it right here, everybody. Jars by Fabio, the St. Louis Ladue, St. Louis slash
Ladue,
You're
right.
located in Ladue.
Yep.
What is that like having just now you're really hitting home with what it is that makes us guys happy. Have some food to go, some snacks, some great jars. Tell us what Jars by Fabio is.
Yeah, so it's we like to say it's a dessert revolution, right? So something a little bit different to the scene. We're pretty darn excited to be able to bring it to the hometown of St. Louis. It is a newer national franchise, but we are the 5th market location in the country. So we were able to get St. Louis in, early on the ground floor. But what we kind of have is like desserts from around the world that are put into custard and cake formulations with some really cool toppings. And then we'll have, our standard flavors that'll be available all the time. And we'll have rotating flavors that will be changing every quarter. So our next change will be coming up on October 1st.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So if you ever are hungry and you have a man or a woman or kids, everybody's involved. I was at your grand opening. It was crazy.
Oh, it's we had from 1-year-old to, we'll say, probably close to 90 at the grand opening, and I think everybody walked away pretty happy. We do offer some soft serve options for people that aren't maybe into the custard and cakes. And then also, I find them delicious. We have cake shakes, which are kind of a mixture. You take the ice cream and the cake, blend it, and top it like we do our jars for a pretty darn cool shake as well.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Kit Crooks. Now, Kit and I are buddies for
long time.
Since I think you were like a year out of high school. I was 2 years
I was still in high school.
Were you still in high school?
Yeah, because the Wolkoff boys,
right?
And Jimmy, the youngest. So I believe we met my junior year of high school. Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess I'm just trying to think how much longer after that. I was like, I think this Kit guy can throw a baseball a little bit.
I've been known to throw it a little bit.
Kit's in his 4th Hall of Fame for various sports all related to baseball. You played with the Rascals for a little bit too, right?
Briefly with the Rascals, and then I played with you on the semi-pro team, the St. Louis Spikes, for 17 seasons. We played around the country, played in the Great Montclair League based over in Illinois. And then I also have been playing with the Bud Light organization since 2006. So I'm also now, I guess, about as long with Bud Light because I retired from the Spikes at 41, and I'm still going with Bud Light. So now I guess I've got about equal service time with both organizations.
So 30 years of playing some semi-pro baseball. But, you get to meet such. If there's anything, a lot of people don't know the story. Kit and I played on the St. Louis Spikes.
Yep.
And nationally ranked #1 in the country.
We were for a while.
It was quite an experience. I had so much fun with
52 and 17 one year.
Yeah. Can you imagine winning 52 games? Playing 52
well,
games.
Right.
That's the wins. And then we did lose 17 games. Sometimes you wear your guys out a little bit. But Kit can only pitch 2 or 3 games a week, right? Sometimes I think you did that.
So sometimes I threw back-to-back days. Yeah, when we had to. Yeah.
That's how you do it. But we touch on the background of people a little bit, of course, because what is it that kind of trained you from a psychological perspective? What it is that kind of fueled your ambition to be a successful businessman, a business owner now, and somebody just wants to go out and make a little imprint on this planet?
So, I think it's always been somewhat natural for me. I think going all the way back to my days at Lafayette High School, I was actually president of the sales marketing team. So I kind of started in the business world early. We actually created our product that year was these actually they probably would be back in style again because everything old is new again, right? So we created these tie-dye spring break t-shirts and sold them, and I was not only the president but I also was our top salesperson. So I think it kind of started there. After Lafayette, went on and went to the University of Missouri, go Tigers, right? You can see the hat there.
Right.
Was a business marketing major. at Mizzou, and then I kind of made a brief change. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I decided to go on and get my JD, so I actually went to WashU, got my law degree from WashU after Mizzou, practiced law for a couple of years, decided that wasn't kind of where I wanted to go. Got back out into the sales, which I've been in medical related sales now for years, and kind of been looking for an opportunity to have something for my own, for my family. My wife, Monica, who is amazing, she is actually the heart and soul of JARS. She's our director of operations. She's running the day-to-day operations. I'm kind of more behind the scenes on that kind of stuff, maybe getting more involved later on as we get more into the sales side. But her background, she's been in the hospitality industry for a couple of decades, so literally since she was like 16 years old. She was working in part-time in restaurants. For those of you know the great French Quarter Bar and Grill in Baldwin, that's an institution in the Baldwin area. She's been a bartender there for 14 years, I believe. I'll apologize if I'm not correct there. Right. On top of her nursing background, so she's got a very cool background as far as having that industry knowledge. Obviously, as a nurse, she's a very caring person, so she puts a lot of passion into what she does. But we'd been looking for something that blended our strengths, and we found this opportunity.
Well, that's right. How do you end up? The question I always ask, and Kit kind of gave us the answer there without me asking, which is, how did you get into this? Where does this evolve from?
So
when you finally decide, okay, I want to do something, you say, well, I can start from scratch. But these franchises, man, you pick up one. How did you select this particular franchise?
So we had actually looked at a couple of opportunities that didn't quite fit either the hours for our family. We have two small boys at home, Colton and Blake, which is for all parents. They are the heart and soul of our family. They're 7 and 3 years old, so we obviously have a lot going on with them. But we needed something that did appreciate the family. There you go. There's my beautiful wife, Monica. I think you have a couple pictures of the boys too in there, so we'll show them. But we needed something that did make sense for the family. So a couple of the things just weren't going to work out on that front. A couple things we just didn't feel quite right about, maybe our expertise level. And then we came across this on the FranSmart website. So anybody that's interested in potentially looking at franchises, they are a great resource. They have some new concepts, some established concepts. We worked with a lady named Jolly from there, who's based out of California. She kind of did the vetting from the franchise of us, and we used her to kind of get more information to see if this was kind of a good fit for our dynamic. And then at that point, once we kind of passed the vetting process on there and we expressed interest, we actually got to go to the grand opening of the first JARS when it opened in Chicago, not this March, but the previous March of 23, and got to meet the man himself, Fabio Viviani. So it's JARS by Fabio Viviani. For those that are food show network junkies, you might know him. He has been on Top Chef multiple times. He's a fan favorite. So we got to go not only see the opening of the store, but we got to meet Fabio himself. We felt very good about the concept. We felt very good about the kind of person that Fabio is as a man. He is not just a name on the building. He's actually very involved. Yep, there's our grand opening picture. There's Fabio in the middle next to my mom, my beautiful mother, Cindy, right there, who's awesome. And then you can see Monica with Colton holding our plaque, and that's me right behind her holding our little man, Blake. So that's the family, and then some of our close friends and other family there in the picture. So that was a great, great day. But truly getting to know how the operation worked, getting to know what kind of person Fabio was, really sealed the deal for us.
Well, that's why I said when you're going off and in life, you're like, hey man, I want to try something that is more about what I have more control of.
Right.
Starting your own company,
right.
Becoming part of an organization that's kind of got it together. Obviously,
right.
That's what you see here, and it was just unique. I was like, me and my buddy Kit, we're going to talk about cupcakes today. We're going to have some good food. I reference it, but what are these? These are full blown. What do you call these jars?
Correct.
Tell me what.
So they are different. That's what I like about it. I do think they bring something unique to the dessert market. Nothing against cookies and cupcakes. I certainly enjoy a cookie and a cupcake, right?
So this is not like a regular cupcake.
Correct.
This is like glorified. This is like It's like almost a meal.
These are correct. These are layered custards and cakes of different flavors with fresh toppings. So every time you come into the store, they are topped freshly. So when they are somewhat made to order as you go. So that's a really cool dynamic, and it allows us a lot of different flavor profiles to like. Somewhat, I get the cookies. You can do different flavors, but somewhat a cookie is somewhat a cookie, right? And it might still be delicious, but there's only so much you can do. As you can see with some of these in front of me, we really have the ability to really make them very differentiated. So, for example, I'll tell you what we have here today.
Yeah, let's zoom
and
in
you
here
can
a
see
little
we
bit.
have two sizes, right? So the ones down on the bottom are our full-size 6-ounce jars, perfect for like an actual full experience. If you want to come in and get a jar for yourself, you'll be feeling pretty good after you eat one of those. And then the smaller jars are great for like catering events. We're really trying to get that going. We just did an event at the Ritz today. We're doing a wedding reception this weekend. Monica's setting that up. She's really excited about that. She loves love, right? So she really is wanting to kind of break into that wedding reception venue or rehearsal dinners or engagement parties, things like that, because you can really give a really cool dessert to each person that comes in by using the minis and all the different flavor profiles. But for today, the ones I have with me, the small ones up front, we have our tiramisu right here. You can see that one. Boom.
Okay, I'll press the.
No, you can.
We'll do
fine.
our little zoom in
Yep.
there. There it is.
So
okay,
there we go. So we have our tiramisu right here. And then we have our red velvet cheesecake, which, everybody needs a red velvet cheesecake, right? And then down below, one of my personal favorites.
Let me zoom down. Here we go.
Is the banana cream pie right over here. I'm a big banana person, so one of my favorites. One of our best sellers, the Oreo cookies and cream. Can't go wrong with cookies and cream. And then over here, this one's really cool. It is one of our seasonals. This is a strawberry cannoli, so it will be leaving us, at least for now, on October 1st. But we're going to be getting 6 new seasonal flavors in. So that's how we work. We've got 8 standard flavors, including a gluten-free. We do have a gluten-free option. It is a chocolate caramel cheesecake. So we do try to take care of everybody by at least offering a gluten-free option. Additionally, we are working on getting our kosher certification. So we definitely are interested in working with the community for like bar mitzvahs and things like that. And then the other thing I recently found out, for our Muslim friends, our gelatin, there's no gelatin in our custard, so it is acceptable for any of our Muslim community out there that are interested in coming in and getting their family some treats as well.
Okay, so lot going on. You got it covered. I mean,
we're working on it.
Well, that's when you have a business, you got to come up with something that is for everybody. And it looks like, how many people do not love? When I came in, I was like, that cheesecake. Was it strawberry cheesecake one?
Well, that's your red velvet cheesecake. We have a couple different cheesecake flavors.
Okay,
yep.
And that's this one.
That's the red velvet cheesecake.
I'm gonna zoom back up. Let me see here. And there we go. My camera remote. There it is.
And it's a huge seller.
To me, I saw that. I'm like, give me 7 of those. But I did get to try one, and I was just like, oh, this is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on this a little bit too, everybody. But these are also.
But we all need a break, right? We all need to indulge from time to time.
Sure, and it was so good, but you see, it didn't affect anything. Still
there you go.
Good.
Looks good. It looks
tasted
good.
Dynamite, and I was just like, this is if I could ever just a little reward for hard work,
right?
Going out and we're trying to change the world a little bit too. But this, if you're ever interested in just some food that just gives you everything you're looking for, tastes dynamite. This was awesome. And how many flavors are there now?
So we have your 8 standards. So we have the gluten-free caramel chocolate cheesecake. We have the red velvet. We have a strawberry shortcake. We have a German chocolate cake. Then let's see, the Oreo cookies and cream, the banana cream pie. Those are all some of our standard flavors you can come in and get at any time. Yep, there you go. You can see some of those behind us. The tiramisu. And then I forget which one I'm leaving out, but I think I don't. But anyway,
you get just a banana split,
right?
Very,
so that's
very
one of our. So now you're looking at our seasonal. So the lemon meringue, actually, for people that are big lemon people, has been a big big hit. And then there you see the cake shakes I was talking about earlier. So those kind of are a mix of the ice cream with the cake and are delicious as well. So you can get those in any of the flavors you can get the jars in. Our seasonal, we do have one seasonal soft serve as well. Currently, it's Fruity Pebbles, and it literally tastes just like the from when you were a kid, the Fruity Pebbles cereal.
I still eat Fruity Pebbles.
Right? It is delicious. For fall, we are changing it October 1st, and we're going to have a chai. People seem to be really excited about that, so we're going to have a chai soft serve offering for the next quarter as well. And then for those of you that are interested, we're going to have a special one. I can't give you any information yet, but the week of Halloween, we're going to have a special Halloween themed jar. So come in and see us for Halloween and get a cool, unique treat that week as well.
Awesome. Well, all right. Now we've gotten into it a little bit. You can see all there is to offer. I mean, unbelievable stuff. They look as good in real life as they do on the website here on the photos. And if you watch here, we did a whole. I'm going to share our album that we created. We got 100 or so pictures and videos for the grand opening. What is it you say? I mean, who is your competition? What is it that really sets you guys apart? If you say there's one thing that makes you better than everybody else.
I do feel like we're unique. Obviously, we would be in the same kind of category, as your cookies and your cupcakes. But I do feel like we have a unique aspect. They're easy to serve. Everybody gets their own container. You don't need a plate. Take it with you. We offer them in these cool boxes. So over here, if you can see, you can get 12 minis for a party in this box over here. So that'll fit 12 minis. They're perfect for, like I said, birthday party, bar mitzvah. Obviously, depending on the size of your party, you can get multiple of these. And then the other box, you can put up to 8 of the full-size jars in that one as well. So they're very easy to take and go. If you get them individually, we have them in these little clamshells. So I do think they're unique in both the flavor profile, the different unique aspect of it, and then as well as just the portability and ease of eating them.
Well, again, Dynamite, everything was done so professionally. I would expect nothing less from Kit. I was talking to him, and I said, that's right, you went to Wash U. You went to the Harvard of the Midwest for law school.
I did.
And so he's got a law degree. He's been a philanthropic supporter. We'll talk a little bit about that. But just so much good stuff. And when you see the quality, the location you got is Dynamite, too. I mean, you're literally right there at 170 and
Ladue. Yeah, so we're in...
almost in Clayton, but...
Correct. We are. I think it's a block something like that. So for those of you that know, we're in the Ladue Crossing Plaza, so 8853 Ladue Road. So in the big Schnucks Plaza with Shake Shack and Mod Pizza, we're just down from the Mod Pizza in that plaza. I think it's a great location. It's pretty easy to get in and out of, off of 170, so you can get to us pretty easy and get back on the road. And so come and see us there. The other thing I did want to say about some of the cool flavor is one of the nice things about Fabio and the franchise is they are also letting us have some input on some of the flavors. So I don't be surprised if down the road we have some St. Louis centric specific flavors that are only going to be available in St. Louis. So we're working on some concepts that will tie in St. Louis institutions. So we do like the fact that maybe there's a little more flexibility with the franchise than there would be some of the other more established ones.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, well organized, very professional. I met Fabio himself, super
awesome guy,
articulate and well spoken.
Yeah, he's just cool.
You can tell he's real creative.
Right, he's just a cool dude. Like I said, he's not just a name. He gets on some of our weekly franchise calls. He's involved. He wants to be an asset. He truly cares about his product. He runs some amazing restaurants around the world. He's got these Michelin restaurants, but he cares just as much about our dessert thing as he does Prime Steakhouse in Chicago. He is very hands-on, awesome guy, down to earth. For those of you who haven't gotten to meet him, he'll probably be in a couple times a year. So we'll try to broadcast that. And if you want to come out and meet him, he loves meeting fans all the time.
Yes. Well, back to, I mean, when you're making a decision about a profession where you can really have a little impact on our little planet here, I mean, food is vital, but also making people happy is important too.
That's true. We like to say we bring a little joy in a jar, right?
Okay.
Joy in a jar. The smile, that people get from eating something tasty really makes us feel good. I'm telling you, my wife Monica loves it. I wish she would get on camera with me. She is so personable. She loves everybody. Her customers love her. She is terrified of the camera. So that's why she's not with me here tonight. So love you, honey. She knows this. She gave me the permission to actually say that out loud. So,
Okay.
but anybody that meets Monica loves her. She just truly is a genuine, caring spirit. And yes, we are committed to being a part of the community. Monica just set up a tent and gave out some free jars at the Due for Education run this past weekend, so supporting the local schools. We have a program that we're a part of, some other restaurants are too, called Gift a Meal. So if you come in and scan the QR code at the register and you post a picture to your social media with your jar, then a meal is donated to a local food bank with every time that happens. So, and then we've got plans for more. We're talking to Cardinal Glennon. We have some friends who are who do some work at Cardinal Glennon. We're working on potentially doing some stuff with them. We're working with some supporting like Clayton High School, which is close to us. So we certainly feel like we want to be a part of the community. We already love St. Louis. This is my home. I'm born and raised here. I'm excited to bring this to the community, but we definitely want to be a part of that and give back community too.
Well, tell me then, who is most of your audience? Who is this guy who just says, man, I need a break, I'm going to go grab something for lunch? You do this in mass for parties, probably all of the above, but what do you get most of? What do you seem to get the most of?
I do think that the good thing about desserts is that I think it's pretty, universal, right? I mean, obviously kids love them, right? No doubt about it. But I have, you give me one of these or a shake, and I'm a pretty happy dude, right? So I definitely think, not to say anything about it, but the quote unquote soccer mom, right? Perfect. Bring the kids after the soccer game or after the baseball game, get them a little treat for their hard work in the game, I think is perfect. But absolutely, where we're wanting to really break out is get into that catering. Like I said, Monica wants to really work with people on the wedding thing. She loves helping people find joy. She loves helping them set things up, and they present so well. They pop, right? So you put them on that cake dessert table at the wedding reception, and they look cool. So we want to do that. We definitely love birthday parties for the kids. Like I said, we're working on the bar mitzvah side of things. We had a really cool event, like Women in Business event, where they ordered some in from Monica the other day. Other employee appreciation events. So, if you work at a bank or a law firm or, something like an Edward Jones, and they do those monthly employee appreciation events, please talk to your catering contact and have them reach out to Monica. She will personally work with them. She'll find out what your needs are. She'll tell you what the options are and work out a package that works for you.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I thought about that, what you said. Now, how often was after the baseball game, especially as a kid, you say, oh, come on, we get some more ice cream.
Right.
Ice cream, man. I remember my mom hated that because it was such a mess for me.
That is true.
And so this is not any of that kind of mess. This is something.
I'm not going to say we're completely mess-free, but compared to that running, melting ice cream, we are.
A little bit off their face.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the kids got to get excited about this too.
For sure.
And there's just so much that you could just putting a smile on somebody's face is
no
what
doubt.
we're all looking for something.
No doubt. I mean, that's the thing. Who doesn't want a good sweet now and then, right? Yeah.
Well, again, you're kind of filling that need for what we've learned in our little community. There's so much to be upset about and frustrated with, and life is tough. But when you get to say, hey, man, I'm just going to give myself a little reward here.
Yeah.
And these things are just, I mean, when I got to taste some of these things, and just as a by comparison, I'm a big cheesecake buff. If I end up with, somebody says, I've got New York style cheesecake, I'm there, man.
Yep.
That's like, those things are a little bitty slice. For something and when I saw the one, it literally, I'm going to put the camera back on here, take a look here. I think it's this one right here. It was one. It looked so good. I was like, oh my gosh, that is a treat. I might have to come up here and just hang out.
There you go. Right,
once or twice.
Come and hang out with us all the time. It's perfect.
Just dynamite and just very cost effective because these aren't real pricey compared to what you'll see.
I mean,
and so,
for example, your full size jars are going to be $7 to $8. Not anything against it, but I went to Starbucks the other day and I got a large latte and it was $7, right? I'm like, I can get a full jar of deliciousness for the same price as that large coffee that's really only about 3/4 full, right?
Right.
So I definitely, me personally, if I had my druthers, as much as I love coffee, I would take one of these delicious jars over that coffee for the same price.
Very cool. And like I said, we're almost through the first show. We've got Kit going to talk to us 2 shows because I said, I know you've got enough to talk about because we're going to get in. We might even taste some of these.
Yeah.
Second
let's
show.
do it.
We can't taste them on the first show and then have them ready to show on the second show. So we're going to taste them during the second show. But I can't wait, man. When I said, Kit, it might be a good idea if you brought some of it with you here to the studio. And he did so.
Why not? We like to share. We want to put a smile on Carter's face, right? That's
right.
what we want to do.
And when he said he was coming with this stuff, I saved a little place down here for this. Because I love food, I love to eat, but I rarely get to treat myself with something like this. And this is dynamite. So I've been waiting for this all day long. Maybe since we talked about it.
So we talked about the other day.
You'll be on the show.
Yeah.
I was kind of waiting for this.
And it's always nice to catch up with old friends.
That's right. Okay, let's get into. Tell me then. I guess there's a lot of opportunity out there for other people that you kind of answered this a little bit. What does this fit into with regard to when somebody says, "Hey man, I'm looking for a great snack," where do they make a mistake and saying, "Hey, oh man, that's okay, but you could have had jars"?
Yeah.
What is it you really leave?
Get nothing against them because I thoroughly like them too. But again, if you're going to go get some cookies, if you're going to go get a standard cupcake, if you're going to get a standard ice cream cone, they're all good. But I just truly think this is a unique dessert. So if nothing else, put it in your rotation because you know what I mean? Like this is definitely something different and a different flavor profile. And you're going to get so many different options rotating throughout the year. I think the last count, Fabio has come up with 162 different flavors that will rotate through the next few years. So I said there'll be 6 new ones every quarter. And then you can always come get the standards, and then we'll have some really cool special, like around certain holidays, you'll get some special ones. Like I said, we're already working. We've already mentioned a couple like very St. Louis centric ones, like doing maybe a ooey gooey butter cake type jar because it's St. Louis and everybody loves ooey gooey butter cake in St. Louis, right? At some point. We might do something to tip our caps to the hometown Blues, hometown Cardinals, maybe my Tigers, so do some color flavor profiles that might, tie into some of that and just for fun, right? Just for fun and try to always keep it joyful and a fun experience for everybody.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We've almost filled up our whole first half hour right there. I want to share with everybody the reviews. We're going to go over these a little bit later in our next show, but already 21 reviews, a 4.8. They're doing great stuff. And obviously filling that need we all have for that sweetness. Something to put a smile on our face. You've had a bad day. Go get yourself
come get a jar.
Strawberry, blueberry. You've got every 160, did you say?
Well, there will be. But
okay,
right now you have 14 flavors to choose from, plus our soft serve options and the cake shakes. So there's something for everybody out there.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. You're watching the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.
Perfect.
All right.